Welcome back to my car shop. Today we're going to be doing a tech tip on tools. Don't go away. We'll see you on the other side of the intro. It's only 30 seconds. Really, you can wait.
Working out of a 100-year-old refurbished barn, bringing 35 years of experience to projects considered beyond repair. Vision, creativity, and problem solving are essential tools in this place. Watch as we transform junk into polished metal miracles. This is My Cars Shop.
Seems like lately online I've seen a lot of discussion about how expensive the hobby is. And I know on John's channel over on Life at Speed, he just had a discussion about this as well. Chumley E on our channel today had talked to me a little bit about my approach to the channel as well, as far as being able to show what I do with hand tools and things like that. So I thought it was a good point to just have a brief discussion this morning as a tech tip about tools. Iron Trap Garage, which is another channel that I really like, check them out. He has a series called Tools That Don't Suck. That's good stuff too. But my thinking here is a bit different. In my car shop, we do things that we can do with pretty inexpensive tools. And I think that's kind of where most of us are at, is we don't have a lot of money to go out and spend huge dollars on all of this tools and equipment. And then if we did, we don't have the space to put it. And so, I've purchased some things from Harbor Freight. I purchased tools from Eastwood, just some basic minimal tools that I need for fabricating the things that I want to do. We ran into an issue on the frame rail episode on the Challenger where I couldn't do the inner piece of the frame on my shrinker stretcher because the jaws aren't deep enough. It would be easy to go out and buy a stretcher that would do the shrinker stretcher that would do that job, deeper throat. There's ways it could have been done, but at the end of the day, why spend the money when you could just come up with a creative solution to use what you have? And I think that's really an important element here, is there are tools you're going to have. There's no doubt of that. If you're going to be doing body work, you're going to have some sanders. You're going to have a DA. I would recommend an airboard sander, but you can use the long block sanders by hand. Spray guns, things like that. But you don't have to go out and buy the latest and greatest. And I should know the name and I can't. Fill in the blank. Spray gun. A lot of the tools that I have, I bought my DA sander. I used to have a really good Ingersoll one. It finally wore out. I just went to Walmart and bought a cheap Campbell Housefield. And quite frankly, it does the job just fine. My airboard sander, I had an Ingersoll. I wore it out. I happened to be at a garage sale, and I found a really, really old one. I can't even remember the brand right now. That I picked up for $10. And I think that's, in our instant gratification society, it's really easy to think, I just need to go out and spend a pile of money and get everything that I need so that I can do this work. And so I want to challenge that and say, if you're patient, if you look around, my spray guns. I have some expensive spray guns. I actually use my cheap ATDs. They work just as well. And if something happens to them, I don't care because I didn't pay much for them. So there's a lot of different ways. You got to look at what you're going to use it for, and also how often you're going to use it. That makes a big difference. If you're not going to be using things very often, why go out and spend the huge money on these tools that are going to just sit there in your shop and rust and not be used? At the end of the day, that's what it's about. But you got to watch the quality. I bought a vise. If you see the episode where I'm doing the bead rolling on the frame rail, where Becky and I are doing that, there's a big vise, and it's a swivel head vise. It's not the vise I wanted. I needed a vise. I was impatient. It was only $10 more for that one. They had it in stock. So I just went ahead and bought it, got it home, went to tighten down the swivel head so it wouldn't swivel, stripped the threads out immediately. I should have known better. I thought about putting it back in the truck, driving back over the 40 minutes to the city where I got it, and I thought, screw it. I tapped the hole out bigger, stuck a bolt in there. Eventually, I will weld up a nice big nut on there with a T-handle, and it'll be all right. A little disgusted with myself for that, but at the end of the day, it does the job that I want. I only bought the thing to hold the bead roller and or the shrinker stretcher on that portable stand when I need it, so that I don't have to be tromping all over the shop all the time. So just like we think outside the box in my car shop for for how we do things, you see me do a lot of hand fabricating with some basic tools, some basic equipment. Likewise, I would say think about that with your tools. It's value for the dollar. A lot of times these cheap tools don't last. But I was talking with my friend Paul about this a while ago. In the last 30 years, the quality of Harbor Freight stuff has gone up quite a bit. I'm not here endorsing Harbor Freight by any means, but I'm saying look at what you're going to use it for. My sheet metal brake, I knew it was a cheap piece of crap, but I did my research online, found out ways that guys modify it. There's probably some things I've talked about in shop tour stuff here on the channel where I go into it a little bit more. Matter of fact, I might have done an episode on assembling it. But anyway, I knew what I was getting. And does it do everything I want? No. But for years, I did this stuff with a piece of railroad rail, and a hammer and a vise. And I just decided that I wanted to spend some money on a few pieces of equipment to upgrade a little bit. I didn't spend much. I think I paid $150 for that. That's a lot of money. It is. But it certainly isn't the price of XYZ brand sheet metal brake and I didn't want something that was going to have a huge footprint in the shop. So my challenge to you is you can make tools, you can make equipment, you can buy inexpensive stuff, just do your research. You're going to get burned once in a while. That's going to happen, but you can also be creative in fixing your tools. You don't have to go out and spend huge money on tools for your shop as well. Obviously, things you're going to need a good quality welder. You're going to need a good compressor if you're going to be running air tools and spraying cars. There's some things you really shouldn't compromise on, but there's a lot of things, it's not a compromise. It's a wise buying decision to look for things that are just less expensive, that are going to do the job for you, but just do your research. So that's the tool tip for today. Thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. Hit the subscribe button. Make sure you smash the like button down on the video as well if you liked this. And hit the bell for notifications when you subscribe so that you find out each of the episodes as they come out. So again, thanks for watching. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram /MyCarShop. And as always, rock on, guys.